Hey guys, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something that I haven't done in a long time, and this is a review. I haven't reviewed a book in a while now. Since this is my first 5-star book of the year, I wanted to talk about it a bit. I said that I was going to talk about it in my winter wrap-up, but I thought, why not do a review about it since I feel like I have a couple of things to talk about. I think it's best this way so I don't make my winter wrap-up that big. This year, I'm starting off very well reading-wise. I've already completed my Goodreads challenge of reading 12 books. So yeah, today I wanted to talk about Always and Forever Lara Jean, as you can tell by the title, by Jenny Han. And yeah, this was my first 5-star of the year. I really enjoyed this book. For the non-spoiler section, I want to say that, first of all, this is part of a trilogy. This is the last book of a trilogy. The first book is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and it's about this girl called Lara Jean that writes a letter to all the boys she loved before, and she keeps them to herself, but one day these letters get sent out, so things happen. I did not do a review for the first book, but I did for the second book, P.S. I Still Love You. I will link it down below if you want to go check it out. I am proud of that review. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing reviews right, like I feel like I'm doing some kind of summary of the book, and I don't want to do that. So I've thought about it, and I'm going to talk about the writing, the plot, the characters, what I really loved, what I didn't love. So I'm not only talking about what's happening in the book, you know. I think that reviews are mostly for people who want to read the book. So yeah, of course I will be talking about some spoilery things, because if I want to talk about the things that I love, I have to talk about the things that are in the book, but I'm not gonna talk about them now. I want to say that this was my favorite book of the three. The first two I gave like 3 and 3.5 stars, but this I gave 5. And the main reason why I feel that way is because this book has less drama, romance-wise at least, because in the first 2 books there were like, it was about Lara Jean figuring out which boy she likes. In the second book there's like a triangle of sorts, and I've changed my opinions on the male interests during reading these books. I really like this one because it's more about growing up, about Lara Jean finding herself, what she wants to do. And in fact, this book is about her last year in high school, senior year. It's about graduation, her getting into college, and her family. I really love the family topic of this trilogy because I think that family is portrayed very well, and the love that is in this family is so real. I mean, in a lot of young adults or books in general, there isn't that family aspect. At least I have not read a lot of those books, so I really enjoyed that. The writing style is very simple, and it's fast-paced and very enjoyable. Nothing so eloquent. I mean, it's a contemporary YA. For what concerns the plot, there is not much, if you know what I mean. It's about her last year of high school, of her feelings, and I believe that I like this book because I am fresh from high school, because last year was my last year of high school as well. So this brought me nostalgia. I mean, I don't particularly miss anything, as I said in my vlog, from high school. The only thing that I miss are the trips, but it still gave me the feels, you know. And I live in Italy. High schools in Italy and high schools in America are so different. We don't have prom, graduation, as I said, but still the feelings are the same. For what concerns the characters, Lara Jean is, in my opinion, has grown up in this book. In the first 2 books she was more childish, in my opinion, and in this book she is growing up, she's figuring herself out, and I really like that. Peter has grown as well. Kitty is her same funny self, and yeah, I don't want to talk a lot about the characters right now because I think it's a little bit spoilery. So yeah, let's move on. Overall, I really enjoyed this book, and now I'm going to move on and talk a little bit more in depth about what the things that I like. There aren't things that I didn't like. In fact, I was thinking about giving like a 4.5, but then I thought I loved everything about this book, so I gave it 5 stars at the end. If you have not read this book, please do, and come back if you want to know other aspects that I really enjoyed about this book. Bye! Firstly, I want to say that I got really emotional when Lara Jean's dad proposed to Miss Rothschild, yeah. And that was a very cute moment. I got very emotional, and I just love how Lara Jean and Kitty are supportive of their father, but at the same time I do understand Margot because my mom died, and if my dad ever, you know, got a new wife or something, I would be very about it. So I do understand Margot, I really do. So I just wanted to say that. Peter. Okay, Peter. I really love Peter in this book. I did not like him in the first 2 books. I really did not. In fact, in the second book, I was rooting for the other guy, John. I think his name was John. And we do see him in this book, but, you know, he's not a love interest anymore. But yeah, Peter is great in this book, and that was a surprise since I did not like him in the first 2 books, so that's great. The last important thing that I really enjoyed about this book that I want to talk about is the fact that Lara Jean did not make her college, university decisions based on her relationship with Peter. I mean, at first she did have those doubts, those what ifs, you know, what if I go there and then transfer to the other university to stay with Peter, but I think that is normal because, I mean, she is in love. But at the same time, I am really glad that she decided to not make her college decisions based on her relationship. And this is the main thing that made me really enjoy this book, because I really hate when a girl makes her decisions based on the man that she loves. I mean, that is very not feminist, you know what I mean? So I am really glad that she made this decision at the end, and that at the same time they are still together. You don't have to break up because you live 3 hours away. I mean, it's hard. You're teenagers. You're changing lives because from high school to college, it's so different. But at the same time, they are trying, and I really enjoyed this aspect of the book. So yeah, guys, those are the main things that I wanted to talk about this book today. I hope you enjoyed this review. I really want to make more in the future, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!